Richard Burton said, "Actors are poor, abject, disagreeable, perverse, ill-minded, slightly malicious creatures, and of that august company of idiots, I am afraid I am a member." He was born Richard Walter Jenkins Jr. in Perchance, Wales. Okay, I draw the line of pronouncing Welsh. Even though he's born to a coal miner, it was claimed he could recite all 151 Shakespeare sonnets. His 1964 Hamlet was claimed by some to be the best Hamlet ever performed, and critics said that he was the natural successor to Laurence Olivier on the London stage. In 1949, he married Sybil Williams, and they had 2 kids together. And after a very successful Shakespeare and stage career, finally in 1952, Hollywood came a-calling. George Cukor recommended him for a film called My Cousin Rachel, starring Olivia de Havilland. In 1953, he had a huge success with the film Desert Rats, in which he starred with James Mason. The same year, he was also in The Robe, where he played a Roman soldier who was responsible in participating of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, and this gave him his first Oscar Best Actor nomination. After that, he seamlessly moved between the London stage, the Broadway stage, and making motion pictures. In the year 1960, he starred on Broadway in the musical production Camelot. His co-stars were Julie Andrews and Robert Goulet, and for that, he won a Tony for Best Actor in a Musical. The next year, Burton was called upon to play Mark Antony in the film Cleopatra. Now, his co-star was famous Hollywood actress Elizabeth Taylor. I knew you knew that. Let's go see if we can find her star. Mission accomplished. At first, Burton thought she was some Hollywood bimbo, but soon after, they took up one of the greatest affairs in Hollywood history. Burton was quoted as saying, "The only word Elizabeth knows in Italian is Bulgari." He loved lavishing her with jewelry. Richard Burton starred opposite Peter O'Toole in the film Beckett. When the cameras were ready to roll, they couldn't find the stars. They usually were at the pub having a pint or 2 or 3 or 4. They both were nominated for Best Actor for this picture, and oftentimes when you got 2 stars, it cancels each other out. They didn't win. Now, O'Toole was nominated 9 times for Best Actor, and Burton was nominated 6 times for Best Actor, and neither of them ever won a Best Actor Oscar. That is not okay. Peter O'Toole doesn't even have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which I have a problem with. And wait, we're talking about Burton. I digress. In 1966, Liz and Dick made Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Jack Lemmon was considered for the part. James Mason and Bette Davis were thrown out there, but the Burtons finally got to the picture with Mike Nichols directing. Elizabeth Taylor was fantastic. She would win the Best Actress Oscar for it, and Dick would say, "This was Liz's Hamlet." Their next big hit was Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew, directed by Zeffirelli. By the year 1967, Liz and Dick's combined box office was over $200 million. It was said that these 2 human beings generated half of cinema's money. Unfortunately, they started burning out, and their pictures were bombs, and their relationship kind of turned into a bomb. So by the year 1970, they had split up, and times they were a-changin'. Burton knew as the 70s were starting in film that he was never going to make that kind of money he made in the 60s. In fact, he didn't really even have a hit in the 70s, except for the film Equus. The years of debauchery and drunkenness took its toll on Mr. Burton, and we lost a great actor way too soon. This is Todd Pickering for Walk of Fame Wednesday. I will see you in Hollywood.